Planning on traveling as early as January 2022 internationally, and you need to renew your passport? You better start now. Why? Stay tuned. Welcome back to So You Want to Travel, where I will give you tips and tricks that I've learned in my 21 years of being a travel agent. Have you recently noticed on your Facebook feed or your Facebook news or maybe even your local news stories like this and this and even this? I keep hearing stories over and over of people who are attempting to renew their passports and they're just not getting them in the time that it used to take to get them. Why? Because right now, passports, as of July this year, July of 2021, passports are backlogged by 2 million. First and foremost, you're gonna want to look and see when your passport is due to expire. You wouldn't believe how many times I have had passengers a few weeks away from their trip realize that their passports were expired or their children's passports were expired. But back when that happened, it was easy to expedite your passport and get it right away. Now that's not the case, so you don't want to get in that situation at all. Here are some steps for you so that you can go ahead and start the process now, so you don't have to worry about that. And actually, stop the video now, take the time, go look at your passport and see if it's due to expire soon. Side note, a lot of countries want your passport to be valid at least 6 months. If it is not, they can deny you flying into their country. Your next step is to go to the website travel.state.gov. You're going to be renewing your passport by mail if you can answer yes to the following statements. Number 1, that you're currently in possession of your passport. Number 2, it's not damaged. 3, you were 16 years of age or older at the time your first passport was issued. 4, your passport cannot be older than 15 years. And 5, your name has to be up to date, or you have the documentation of a name change. An example of that would be if you recently got married. Next, on that same website, you're going to go to the form filler or download the PDF. I would strongly suggest just going ahead and doing the form filler just because of the fact that it tells you exactly what you need to fill out. It kind of walks you through it. Just keep in mind that that form filler is not an online passport application. It's just a form that you fill out and you're going to print it and still send it in with everything else. Next, you're going to go ahead and submit everything. You're going to submit your old passport, again in good condition. You're going to submit the application. You're going to submit a passport picture. Now, the passport picture can be taken by a friend or a family member. I don't know if I would suggest it, just because there are specifications on what that passport picture looks like. You can always pay a little bit. I want to say Walgreens at the time that I filmed this video was $14.99, so $15. Because they know the size, they know the background color, they know everything, that it won't delay your application. So what about cost? Well, at the time of filming this video, the passport book is $110, and if you're gonna get a passport card renewal, that's $30. Another side note, when it comes to the passport card, that's valid for land and cruise ports. So you can use it for Mexico, you can use it for Bermuda, the Caribbean, and Canada. That being said, if, say for example, you're on a cruise and you have to disembark in one of those countries and fly back to the United States, you cannot fly with that card. You will not be allowed to enter the US on that passport card. So just think about that before you renew. on whether you want to really get the passport book or the passport card. Now you can pay an additional $17.56 to have your passport sent once everything is all said and done, sent in 1 to 2 days. This does not expedite the process. This is just after everything is done, they get it to you in 1 to 2 days. You cannot pay that $17.56 for a passport card, however. You can expedite the process if you pay an additional $60. And what that does is, instead of the average right now of 18 weeks, it knocks it down to about 12 weeks that it's processed and you receive it. That payment can only be by check or money order made out to U.S. Department of State. You cannot pay with cash, debit, or credit card. It's again just a check or money order. Now when it comes to mailing, it depends on what state you're in, which address you're going to send it to. There's 2 addresses, and if you're in these states, you're going to send it to this address, and these states you'll send it to this address. Now if you do pay for the expedited service, on the envelope, and the envelope has to be a big envelope. It can't be too small where you have to fold the application. The application cannot be folded. You're going to want to stick that in the envelope. If you're paying for expedited service, you're going to want to write expedited on, or expedite on the envelope, and you'll send it to this address. You can track your application online, but don't think that it's going to be right away, because it's not. And don't freak out if you don't see it after 1 or 2 weeks. It actually takes about 6 weeks where you'll start seeing some type of status in the system. So that means that from the time it's at the mail facility and then they have the application and it's scanned and sent to the processing center, at that point you'll start seeing some type of status. So again, don't freak out. 1 to 2 weeks, you won't see anything more than likely. Again, it's going to take about 6 weeks to see it. And the last step is to sit and patiently wait. And hopefully you saw this video and you followed my advice, and you're not biting your nails waiting for your passport to come because you have a trip in 2 weeks. You have time and you can just wait for your passport. Well, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you have any questions about passports or brand new passports, because I really didn't cover that in this one, leave me a comment down below, let me know. Also, if you appreciated this video, give me a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel, because next week I'm coming back with something else that has to do with, of course, tips and tricks for traveling. Until then, I'll talk to you later.